Hello everyone, it's Laurie from Cook Scrap Craft, and today I am doing another monthly pocket page for you in my process video. If you are new to the channel, welcome, and I hope that you find this video inspiring. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome as well. You already know what these monthly pocket pages are about, probably. I also have a pocket page playlist with all the other process videos that I've done using these, but if you don't know what they are, I'll tell you. So every month, I take kind of like the random photos that don't really need their own layout, and I take a pocket page that I got from scrapbook.com, and I just kind of put everything together in this pocket page. So I just take all those photos, I slide them into the pockets, I add some cut aparts and some embellishments, and I'm using the Simple Stories collection for this year. That was like their year one, and now I can't think of what it's called, but it's really fun, and it's got lots of bright colors, and it makes it really easy to do things like this because there's always, there's a piece of pattern paper for every month, and so there's always like a little calendar. So I'm doing the month of June. That's what these photos are. And I actually got all cut up for this year, which is great. But this is the only one that I filmed. And that's because this is a pocket page style that I haven't shown you before. And I haven't used this kind of style before. I'm not sure that I've used it ever. I feel like I have done a 12 by 12 pocket page before where there was a long vertical strip, but I don't know that the rest of the page was the same design. So yeah. So I'll kind of go into a little bit more detail with that, but basically I got this from scrapbook.com. So in the center, there are 3 4x6s that are horizontal. I have to think of the words. And then there are 2 vertical things on the right-hand side. So you can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can get like 10 photos if you want to just do all photos. And then obviously you're not going to do like a photo that's 2 by 12 because that's kind of strange. There are a lot of different ways. So I'm incorporating photos and cut aparts in this one. And I liked it because it's just different. And a lot of the other ones that I've done for this year, actually, I have a lot of vertical photos. Man, I cannot think about what I'm talking about right now. I have a lot of vertical photos, and that to me signals that for the rest of the year, I need to take more of a variety of horizontal and vertical photos. So a lot of the pocket pages that I've done for this year are just straight 6 vertical pocket pages. Not too exciting. I did a process video for one of those, so that's going to be in the pocket page playlist. But this one is totally different. Now, the thing on the side, it's not quite 2 inches by 12 inches, that strip. So that's kind of annoying. I tried to get it as exact as I could. The thing that's annoying about that strip on the side, and I wish, I guess there's a reason why they do it this way. I wish that the opening had been on the top, but it's on the side. So that means that and I've had this experience before with something similar, whenever you are flipping through your album and you're flipping this page, that paper strip likes to slide out, and it's super annoying. So I don't know why they have it go on the side. I guess just because it's easier to slide it in that way with the bigger opening than going from the top or the bottom. I don't know. Nobody asked me when they made this, and maybe other manufacturers do it differently, but I feel like American Crafts were the ones that I used to use, and then the scrapbook.com ones, neither one of them used a top loading thing for that 2 by 12 strip. So what I did is, since I'm using Scotch double-sided tape right now as my adhesive, and it's clear, I just stuck a little bit of that at the top and the bottom of the strip, and then it like stuck to the plastic sleeve. So I'm hopeful that will keep it from sliding out once I put this in an album and things are, flipping through. That's my goal. So if you have something similar, like vellum tape, I'm trying to think of what else they make that's like a clear adhesive aside from this clear double-sided tape. Just anything that will not show would be a great way to adhere that in. So obviously I still have a lot of vertical photos. So I'm cutting some of them down to 4 by 4 size, and then I'm backing them on to pattern paper that is 4 by 6. What I like about this collection is that there's a really nice variety of 3 by 4 cut apart cards and 4 by 6 cards. Although I do kind of wish there were like some 4 by 4s. That would be really nice because some of the pocket pages I have use 4 by 4 pockets, whatever. So I find that if you just cut the photo, if you have a 4x6 and it's vertical and you need to put it in a horizontal pocket, just cut it down to 4x4. Chances are there's a lot in the photo background that you don't need to have showing. And so cutting it down to 4x4 really brings the focus to, what's important in the photo. And then I either like to put my embellishments directly on the photo and the pattern paper, as I'm doing here, with a mixture of some enamel dots, chipboard adhesive, and stickers, or I will put them right on top of that plastic pocket page. I should have this in front of me actually, so that I could refer to it as I'm working, but I didn't. Haha. So some of them go on the top, although I can't remember which ones. But right now I'm working on just kind of like zhuzhing up that little that strip. And so before you stick it down into that pocket with your double-sided adhesive clear tape, maybe make sure you're totally finished working with it, because I was peeling up that tape a lot. So I hope it's still adhesive and sticky enough to hold that into the pocket. But I just wanted to add something. So I added that little paper strip from the branding strip. And then I'm going to bring the rest of the branding strip. I didn't use all of it. I'm going to bring the other side onto one of the photos, just so that it's kind of like, there's some cohesion with the pattern that you're seeing there. I just added a 365 chipboard sticker. I have all of the pieces from this collection, and then someone sent me some that they weren't using. So I have a lot to choose from, which is amazing. The calendar piece in the middle, every pattern paper has a calendar, a 4x6 calendar piece. And then what I haven't done, and I need to go back and do, is I look at the dates that the photos were taken throughout the month, and then I circle those dates on the little calendar, because that, I think, is an easy way to mark, when the photos were taken. And then I usually incorporate some sort of journaling spot. So I think for this one, the journaling spot's going on the back. It's also going to be a 4x6 cut apart. And I'll just quickly write some of the things that we did that month. Go to the farm. A lot of the pictures are just random things of my kid. And what I have found so interesting as I'm doing these, I always set aside the photos that are going to be in the pocket page. And then I go through them and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have too many, of course. And you could do photo flaps, which I've done before. I think I have some examples of those in the pocket page playlist. I don't have any photo flaps right now, though I need to order some. So something that I do is I actually just then kind of reorganize the photos, and I'm like, you know what? These definitely do not need their own story. They don't need their own layout. But then I found a couple other ones. I actually combined two photos. You'll see this in an upcoming process video. I combined two photos that were just silly selfies my daughter and I took. And I'm like, you know what? I can put those together on a layout. Or I found some other ones that my daughter was all holding a doll. And I thought, you know what? I'll take these 5 photos and I'll make a layout with it, because there's some sort of cohesiveness to those photos. And so that helps me kind of cut things down and really get what's I guess important, and what really doesn't need to be its own layout. The whole point of doing the monthly pocket pages is so that I don't have as many single page layouts or double page layouts taking space in my albums, and I get more photos on a page. And then I go through these and I'm like, oh, you know what? I think I will make this into a separate layout. So maybe my process isn't the best, or I'm my own worst enemy, perhaps. I don't know if you guys do stuff like this and how you determine what goes in what. I only do one front and back pocket page for the month. So maybe you guys do more for photos like this. I don't know. But I do like just doing it one page, because it's kind of a nice intro, especially if I finished a scrapbook album and the next one starts with the month, like the month of June. If that's going to start the next album, that's going to be kind of the cover page, if you know what I mean. So I do like having that and then going on to the rest of the separate layouts. But actually, not that I'm complaining that I have I'm like, oh, this is also kind of exciting that I have more photos to scrapbook separate layouts with. I love scrapbooking, so I'm not going to complain that oh, I found some more photos to scrapbook. If only I could just randomly find more scrapbook supplies, right? I could just open something. I'd open a drawer in my scrap room or something and be like, oh wow, more supplies, more paper, more embellishments, like a Mary Poppins magic bag, right? They should just sell that. I would pay $100 for a Mary Poppins magic scrapbook bag. And then anytime I wanted to, I could just reach into it and magically there would be some scrapbook supplies there, right? That would be really, really cool. Somebody should invent that. I don't know how it will work. It would need magic, and I don't know magic, but that would be really, really cool. Anywho, so I am just kind of figuring out, you can see on this back side, I have the 2 vertical photos and then the photo that I cut down in the center. The top of it is the journaling spot, which I do need to go back and do the journaling for. But these pocket pages, they're really easy to take things in and out. So before I put everything into an album, which I don't have, I will go in and, do the rest of the journaling. I don't think it's going to be hard for me to remember what's happening in these photos because they are pretty self-explanatory. And what's also self-explanatory is that this process video is over, and these are the close-ups. I apologize for the glare on these pocket pages. That's the hardest part about doing these process videos for these, is that there's glare on the pages. But I hope you don't mind, and I hope this was inspiring for you. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about what you've seen me do, and I hope that you stop by again for more scrapbooking. I'll see you next time. Bye!